Charles Tannock, the situation with human rights in the world is deteriorating. There are more and more armed conflicts in the world, and also there is a certain problem in the air that European Union continues to trade with the countries who are very severe abusers of human rights.
Well, that's true, and there is a contradiction, which is one of the reasons that I'm not at all clear in my mind that it's a good idea to bring human rights clauses into all our trade agreements, because what we end up by doing is not respecting them. We have the clauses there, and then they're not applied, they're ignored. I would rather we had the human rights dialogue separate from our trading interests, which must be ultimately based on primarily our commercial interests. But we can, of course, if there is an alternative, give preference in trade agreements and the countries that we are closest to, the ones with whom we have the most in common. And I give you an example, a lot of emphasis recently on trading with China, clearly a major partner. There was the debate yesterday. But I made my plea in the debate that we also had to have stronger, if not better, relations with India, which is a democracy and observes high standards of human rights, because we have much more in common with India, and that should be our priority. But this year's report on human rights, which I've just spoken on, the Preda report, is a big improvement on previous years, because it is focused on fundamental civil and political rights, which we all would traditionally recognize and understand, even people like conservatives on the right, like myself, of the chamber. It's about fundamental rights not to be imprisoned, not to be arbitrarily arrested or tortured or subject to the death penalty. These are the kind of things which we feel strongly about. We are much more questioning of this extension by some people in this House to all sorts of other areas of the economy, including the kind of social and economic rights, about the right to access good health care, the right to have employment. These things, of course, they're desirable, but are they a fundamental human right? And surely our priority should be stopping people from suffering under brutal dictatorships, from living under reigns of terror like in North Korea, or what's happened recently in Saudi Arabia with the harshest form of Sharia law,